What's up, people? Welcome back to Invest with T-Claus. My name is Tevi, and this channel is dedicated to my investment journey, along with coverage on crypto, Tesla, Neo, Virgin Galactic, and ChargePoint. Come for the information and stay for the perspective. So over the past week, Shiba has seen a ridiculous pump, right? And has outperformed every other cryptocurrency. At the time of the recording, it's just over 250% gain, but at the top, it returned an eye-popping 400%. To put it simply, $200 invested last week was worth at the top $1,000. So I was asked by a few people what I make of it and should they buy, sell, or hold. Seeing that I'm not a financial advisor, but I myself hold Shiba, I will instead tell you what I'm doing and the why behind it. You can then use that as a reference point and then decide if Shiba is something that you want to get behind or not. That's really up to you. So in today's video, I'll go over what Shiba is and a brief overview of how it's similar yet very different from Doge, why it's currently going up in value, how high it can realistically go this cycle, and for those of you who are already leaning towards dropping some coins towards it, I'll even give you an easy way to invest an extra $40 for relatively free. Drop the video an early like if you haven't already, and I'd recommend watching all the way through so you understand the full thought process behind this. All right, with that said, let's get into it. So what is Shiba? Similar to Doge, Shiba is a meme coin and it was created in August of 2020. It initially intended to capture on some of the hype around Dogecoin as Doge started getting traction. And as meme coins go, Shiba is only second to Doge from a valuation standpoint and brand recognition. Doge is currently the 10th largest cryptocurrency with a market cap of just over 32.6 billions, and Shiba is currently in 20th place with a market cap of roughly $10.5 billion. Keep this in mind, we'll come back to it later in the video. But as we all know, hype alone isn't a sustainable strategy, and both Doge and Shiba saw a significant correction from their all-time high earlier in May this year. Now, that's where the similarities between the two actually stop. Doge is a proof-of-work protocol similar to Bitcoin. Its aim is to become one of the fastest and cheapest decentralized layer 1 protocols for transaction purposes. That's what the Doge dev with Elon's support are going after. Shiba, on the other end, is a proof-of-stake protocol built on top of Ethereum, and this distinction is an important one from a functionality standpoint. After realizing that hype alone wasn't going to be enough, the Shiba dev team got to work, and this is a good segue into why it's now going up in value. As we all know, after Bitcoin, the Ethereum network is the second largest, most decentralized and secure network. Being built on top of Ethereum means that Shiba can utilize smart contracts functionality, which is essential for DeFi. dApps can be created relatively easily, and NFTs are also in the card. Currently, every crypto network seeing rapid adoption is able to capitalize on this trifecta of functions. Think Solana, Polygon, and more recently Cardano, for example. If you take the time and go to the Shiba website, you can see that they've rolled out their Shiba Swap DEX, or decentralized exchange. Along with the rollout in August this year, they did a $25,000 token burn. That supply reduction plays into the valuation appreciation seen in August. So we have a check mark on dApps. They created additional tokens, so Leash and Bone. Between those additional tokens and Shiba Swap, they've created stake pools that now generate yields. Staking is available through Shiba Swap or the Crypto.com exchange for those who don't feel comfortable going the full DeFi route with the Shiba Swap DEX. Now, with tokens locked up in DeFi protocols, available supply is again further reduced. So another check mark for DeFi. So even though the Shiba supply is capped, which by the way is great because it means that in theory, Shiba is a deflationary asset just like Bitcoin. Now, unlike Bitcoin, Shiba has the largest circulating supply of any cryptocurrencies with 395 trillion tokens. And this is even after the various burns that we've already completed. This is an important point and we'll come back to it later in the video. Moving on Thursday this week, Shiba was listed on a brand new exchange and with that became more widely available, which is helping bring the total number of token holders to over 720,000. And this is up from 500K a couple of months back. And finally, we're only a few days away from the release of the first 10,000 NFTs in the Shiba ecosystem. And why this matters? Well, as a Shiba NFT owner, you will be able to customize your NFT. And that's going to start with just a simple name change, which you'll be able to do by burning $100 worth of Shiba tokens. If every Shiba NFT owner did this, it would account for another $1 million worth of Shiba tokens being burnt out of existence. And that would be just the start, as the Shiba team is planning for more customization using the burn function, and gaming applications will follow as well. So as time goes on and people are playing with those NFTs and changing them up, more tokens will be burnt out of existence. Similar to Doge last year, as Shiba continues to gain more interest, exchanges, both centralized and decentralized, will continue to list them. Part of what's fueling this rally is that once Robinhood releases its crypto wallet, it will be adding Shiba to its crypto offerings. The more people hold the token, burn it out of existence, and lock it into DeFi protocols, the more the available supply is reduced. So to recap everything, let's put it all together. They added new use cases and functionality, which is driving to more network adoption and circulating supply reduction. That in turn is causing price appreciation, which gets translated to more media visibility, like these articles here. The hype being generated attracts more people to the ecosystem. This continuous feedback loop is why you're seeing the rise in the price. So logically, the next question becomes, are all the gains already in? Is it time to cash out? Or how high can it realistically go? This is where tokenomics and market caps actually matters to put things into perspective in order to answer these questions. So let's take Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently sits around a $1 trillion market cap and is expected to top out at $2 trillion, or about 100K per token this cycle. And by cycle, we're really talking about the next 3 to 6 months, right? So keep that in mind. Some people and channels out there will tell you that Shiba is going to 1 cent. And at the current price, this would require something like a 354x, which is pretty crazy, right? A simpler way to think about this is this. The current market cap is, call it $10.5 billion. Market cap is current price times circulating supply. So at 1 cent, your market cap would therefore be, if you round things up, we'll just make it easy, it would be $4 trillion. That would make Shiba the most valuable crypto project out there by a 2x multiple over Bitcoin at its top, right? So this is if everything plays out, Bitcoin is $2 trillion. We're seeing that Shiba at 1 cent tops Bitcoin. To me, that sounds highly improbable. Now, with that said, in a scenario where Bitcoin hits $2 trillion, Ethereum should be around $1 trillion or $10,000 per token, which is widely accepted and expected. In that scenario, the crypto space would be overly bullish. Since we're saying that 1 cent for Shiba is out of the question, what about 1/1000th of a dollar for a 400 billion market cap? That would roughly be, call it 35x from this level, and would require an all the stars align scenario. To me, that's still a tall order, but not impossible. But still up there. The reason being is that Doge at $1 would command a market cap of $130 billion or so. Let's say that Shiba was able to match that performance or flip Doge as the new king of meme tokens. It would put something like a 10 to 15x multiple on the current market cap. Considering all the upcoming catalysts and the fact that we get really close to the last Shiba all-time high already before retracing a bit, I could easily see Shiba grab a new all-time high and gain more traction with an easy 3 to 5x from here as Bitcoin reclaims its own all-time high of $64,000. So the bottom line is this. Investing in Shiba at this point, I think, has limited downside risk. It continues to bounce off of this level here and is consolidating as far as we can tell. In the worst case, in my opinion, you would simply retrace back to where we were last week. So another way to think about this is that if you were to put in $100 today, you could drop as little as $25 or so. Now, on the flip side, it has another 10 to 15x of upward move that can be reasonably expected. Again, this is my expectation. Now, personally, I like those odds, and therefore I plan to hold. Now, for safe measure, I'll probably pull out my initial investment at some point and let it ride. The last comment I'll make here is this, and in the grand scheme of things, over the next 5 to 10 years, call it, the entire crypto space is projected to go from a $2 trillion market cap overall to a $200 trillion market cap. If Shiba as an ecosystem continues to thrive, the supply continues to drop with more tokens being burnt out of existence, and more users are onboarded, the promised 1 cent could actually happen. At that point, owning 100 million tokens or more would therefore make you a millionaire. Now, it's something to consider. That's a ways out. In the near term, I would say that you stand to make 10 to 15 times whatever you put in. So in the end, it really comes down to your risk appetite and what you're trying to make out of this. All right, so as promised, before we wrap up, here's how you can earn up to $40 for relatively free. Grab my referral code for Coinbase and sign up. Once you make your first $100 deposit, you'll get $10 back in Bitcoin as your reward. Then through the Learn and Earn section, you can cash in for another up to $30 of crypto. All in all, that would be up to $140 that you can invest into Shiba, which then would buy you something like 5 million tokens or somewhere around there. If you go through with it, pull out your $140 once you double up, and boom, you're now playing with house money. And at that point, you can let it ride and not worry about whether it goes up or down, right? And just see how far it goes. And on that note, I'll leave it here for today. If there are other crypto projects you want me to cover, leave them in the comments below, and I'll cover the one with the most likes. Make sure you drop this video a like if it gave you a new perspective, and share with others who you think could benefit from it as well. For my newcomers, subscribe and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future content just like this. As a reminder, I post every Sunday and now on most Thursdays for more crypto-focused content. With that said, thank you for watching, stay humble, hustle hard, and I'll see you in the next one.